We need more filming. Gather two. Best show ever in
Good evening to you, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between.
I'm Dan.
I'm Erinn.
Actually,
I'm Erinn.
I'm Dan. And this is
Erinn and Dan.
But it's live.
It's so live.
Yeah, it's live.
This moment. So, and that this is 8:01 Eastern Standard Time. I'm saying this because some of you watch this later, and then I'm getting notifications that you're playing the games at 3 a.m. We're not live.
Great.
Yeah. So
Great.
please watch later.
Yeah, but we will not respond to your comments once this has been in syndication.
But we will respond to your comments right now. Who's out there? Where are you tuning in from?
Charity Hampton. Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you as well, Charity. Good to see you. Good to have you here.
We love Tuesdays.
I just saw a clip of you, Charity, singing a song at a certain wedding you attended in October.
Oh, you mean ours?
I do.
You know, y'all, I don't want to spoil anything, but next week is Valentine's week, and we are going to have a special Valentine's Day episode, which is going to include clips from our very own wedding. I was expecting
this background music.
No, I was expecting the audience to like applaud, but
they did.
They might have.
No, individually.
That's so true.
Hello, Kelly from Montana. Thanks for joining us. Are you in Billings by chance?
Ooh, I love Montana. Montana was one of my favorite stops along our 50 states tour.
All right, we got people pouring in. It's Brent Rowland. What's up, buddy? Change in schedule. You're here, Chicago.
Woo!
Brent, too little, too late, my guy.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. Brent is the most positive person I know, which is good for today. Today is National Pay a Compliment Day, and we're going to talk about that as soon as we find out what y'all are drinking out there, because it is time to fill our Erinn and Dan cups.
That's so true.
And
Erinn,
your cups out there.
What are you drinking in your E cup tonight?
Today I'm going to drink some freshly brewed iced tea from Walmart.
Freshly brewed? I doubt it.
I doubt it. Well, I don't know.
I do. It's not freshly brewed.
It's great value, and I'm pretty darn excited about it.
Wow, look at that. And there's 11 servings in that one jug. So it really is a great value. Mine, however, is actually freshly brewed, as I am drinking, once again, the good stuff.
Ooh, the good stuff.
Liquid caffeine.
The good
Ooh,
stuff.
did you like that little ASMR, like coffee pour?
Oh, I did. It was real good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's so good to see everybody out there. My goodness gracious. But don't drink before we toast.
I'm sorry. I was forgetting. It's like muscle memory. Pour the coffee, put the coffee down, drink the coffee. Ooh. Sorry.
That was crazy.
Sorry.
You just can't do that.
Sorry.
You gotta, hey, Bob.
Raspberry boobly.
What is a raspberry boobly?
He's drinking a bubbly, but
I
like to call Brian Jenkins my little raspberry boobly. That's my pet name for him. So
I love that. A raspberry bubbly. Yeah. That sounds nice. Gatorade, since
why can't you drink Coke Zero? What's your New Year's resolution? Does anyone out there have any New Year's resolutions that you made it the first month with? I'm interested to know. Let me know.
I have made it through 3 resolutions. Do you want to know what mine are?
I do.
Number 1, just like Myra, I am not drinking soda in 2024, and I haven't.
I can attest.
Number 2, as much as I should have already, I've been flossing every day. I know that that's something I should have done in my 20s.
I have flossed fewer times in my life than I have fingers in my hands.
But so far, I haven't missed a day flossing in 2024. And number 3, I have stretched every single day.
What, Bruce?
That's not me. That's somebody else in the audience.
Unless you know something that I don't know. You two have been engaged in something that I wouldn't necessarily approve of.
No.
Right.
It's not me.
Okay.
I love children. I love other people's children. But I'm not going to have any of my own.
Let's strike that from the record.
Oh, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we all know what you mean. Let's strike it from the record.
Y'all, I'm so pumped to be here. We love to toast every episode, and we have a very special thing that we do now called Toast and Something Else. What is, Dan?
Well, it's a new segment of the show. We've always brought the show up at the beginning with a toast, but we have so many musical friends in our life, so many poets, that we decided to open the segment, which we call
Time Now for a Toast.
Ooh, that one's going to need a little help. Yeah.
Toast and jam.
A toast and a jam.
That's right. And today's Toast and Jam comes to you from our very good friend, Levi Lamberjack, who is currently about to move to Germany, but he's an incredible...
Is he moving?
He is moving.
Full time?
Well,
I
yeah.
thought he was just going on like a mission.
Yeah, but he's going to live there.
Permanently? Like indefinitely?
We'll ask him later. Anyway,
she doesn't know.
Levi Lamberjack is an incredible person, and here he is right now.
And if you happen to be at our Michigan stop along the tour, he played at the after party and did an incredible job. Here's a little preview of what our friend Levi can do. Levi?
Toast to the wind, toast to the rain. Here's a little toast for my silly little brain. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Oh, toast to the left, toast to the right. A silly little toast for my crazy little life. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Yeah, I have a plan. Oh, I'm the toasting man. A toast to the day, a toast to the night. Here's Erinn and Dan to make all your evenings bright. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Oh, I'm the toasting man. Yeah, and I have a plan. Oh, I'm the toasting man.
Cheers, everyone!
Cheers, everybody.
Clink,
Here's to
clink.
you. Happy Tuesday.
And thanks, Levi, for that amazing jam. If you're a musician out there and you want to send us a toast and jam, just submit it anytime.
My favorite part is when he said, a toast to the left, and then he followed it with a toast to the right, which I thought, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Prince had some good songs, but that...
He didn't toast up and down, though.
No, he didn't. But he toasted to the day and to the night.
And I would like to give him a compliment. He's got some good riffs going on.
And I would like to give you a compliment. Your hair looks phenomenal.
And I'd like to give you a compliment. You have the cutest ears of anyone I've ever seen. Look at these ears, everybody.
If you're into big balloon-like clown appendages, I'm for you.
I am in... you're not a clown. Ladies and gentlemen, it is National Compliment. It's actually National Pay a Compliment Day.
I love it.
It was created by Adrian Coopersmith in 1995.
Coopersmith.
Mhm.
I love his last name.
Adrian.
There.
Pay a Compliment Day is for showing genuine appreciation for the people all around you. The inspiration came on a cold day in Chicago when Coopersmith was riding a bus. She noticed someone waving the bus that she was on, and the person was frantic. And even though they weren't standing at a bus stop, the bus driver was kind enough to stop and let the person on. And before getting off at her stop, she complimented the bus driver on their kindness. And the bus driver was so overwhelmed and says, nobody ever gives me a compliment. Thank you so much. She said, we need to make this a national holiday. She wrote to the government, and it is so. So,
National Pay a Compliment Day. This is sort of related and sort of not. There's another man we're going to talk about today who's responsible for inciting a national holiday through his craft. And that person is Stevie Wonder.
oh, I love Stevie Wonder.
I don't want to get ahead, but I'm just excited. I'm excited.
Dan, while we're talking about compliments, I have 4 famous compliments.
Ooh, okay.
These are compliments that are from movies. Thank you, Terry. That is a very nice compliment.
She bought us these shirts. It's nepotism.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Terry. Y'all, I have to tell you something. I encourage you, while you're watching the show, to grab your phone and text a random person a compliment right now.
In fact, if it's me, I'll read it on the air.
Oh my gosh,
Maybe that defeats the purpose.
That
But I
does
don't
defeat
care.
the
It's good
purpose.
television.
I am wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, look at me.
It is
That
also
is true.
National Chopsticks
We
Day.
thought about just trying to eat everything today with chopsticks, which would have been great given the snack that we brought.
So true.
Anyway.
But next time.
Yeah.
All right, Dan and audience, let's see if you can name these quotes, what movie they're from. They are famous compliments. The first one Dan's going to get.
Oh, okay.
For sure. You have such a pretty face. You should be on a Christmas
That
card.
is Elf.
It is Elf with Will Ferrell, a.k.a. Dan Beckman's Last Christmas. All right, here's the next one. You're the coolest person I've ever met, and you don't even have to try. What movie is that from?
That's like an Emma Stone type quote, I feel.
It feels like it would be. Anybody out there know? The quote again is, "You're the coolest person I've ever met, and you don't even have to try." It's from a 2007 movie.
I was going to say, I'm guessing it's Crazy Stupid Love.
It is not. Anyone out there in the audience know? It is Juno.
Juno, a movie that you need to see.
I know.
Because you've never seen it. It was kind of my first time seeing Michael Cera, because we're just watching Arrested Development too, by the way. If you haven't seen Arrested Development,
it's such a funny show.
One of the best comedies ever made. Totally
right.
informed the industry.
Here comes your next quote, Dan.
Okay.
"You're very generous. You're kind to strangers and children. And when you stand in the snow, you look like an angel." This is a
Serendipity.
No, it's a 1993 movie. It's about a repetitive holiday.
Oh, is it Halloween?
It's not Halloween. It is Groundhog Day. Yep.
Okay. Finally, I can redeem myself.
All right. Final one.
Well done.
Yes,
Kelly
Bill
from
Murray.
Montana.
That's right.
Hot take.
All right. Final one. The final compliment on the air in a 2004 movie was, "You're so wise. You're a miniature Buddha covered in hair."
Is that Anchorman?
It is Anchorman.
Yes, baby. I told you. My rule is I only get quotes from Will Ferrell.
I'm glad that worked out.
Right.
Y'all, it's been an active week. Did anybody watch the Grammys?
Oh, we did not.
No.
I did kind of check them out and follow up on everything.
Taylor Swift is rocking it out there. I don't care how you feel about Taylor. You have to admit, she's doing great.
Yeah. And she kind of swept the Grammys. By the way, she won Album of the Year for the 4th time, which, this is weird. Okay, I'm manifesting things. I don't know if you know this, but I've been doing this music project where I listen to everything an artist has done, a musical artist, their entire discography, one a week. So I did the Grateful Dead, and I did Joni Mitchell, and I did Tupac, and I did Stevie Wonder. That's where I am now. Taylor Swift last night, not only did Joni Mitchell, the week I was listening to Joni Mitchell, announced that she was going to play the Grammys for the first time in history, and then she did. But at Grammys, Taylor Swift won her 4th Album of the Year, upsetting the all-time record that was previously set by 3 albums of the year by who?
Stevie Wonder, who is Dan's Artist of the Week this week.
And then just today, the Grateful Dead broke the all-time record for the Billboard, the most singles on the Billboard Top 40 today. Like today, it just happened. So
that's crazy.
Totally crazy. Tupac, no new news in Tupac's world, but to his credit, he's not here.
But did anybody watch this amazing performance by Joni Mitchell? Because I was just welling up.
Y'all.
It was beautiful.
I don't know if you know this, but Joni Mitchell had an aneurysm in the early 2000s or the late 90s. I think the early 2000s. And she basically had to relearn to play guitar and perform, but she was nervous to do it. And so Brandi Carlile started hosting concerts in Joni's living room with all of her friends, with all these musicians like Elton John and Paul McCartney and all these people. And it's how she kind of got back into performing and found the strength to relearn how to perform. And then the set and this Joni Mitchell performance at the Grammys, they literally made it look like her living room. She turns around in this swivel chair, and they designed this to look like her living room, which I literally started weeping.
He did. He was crying more than me last night.
It just got me. It's weird how this project has made me feel so close to these artists.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And they feel close to me, too.
What's really neat is like discovering an artist and like really going through their discography in order is amazing because you grow with them. And then what Dan's been doing is he's been learning the history of them as he goes.
You have to. It totally, like, it complements the music. It's the only way to listen to music, as it turns out. I've been sleeping on it. You are that you.
That is you. So. You're incredible. Man, we have so many incredible people hanging out today, which is amazing. Let's see. What else has happened this week? Oh, man, sad news. Yesterday, this amazing guy passed away, Toby Keith. I don't know if you guys listen to a lot of Toby Keith music, but he actually has performed for so many USO shows over the years. In fact, he's performed in 17 countries for more than 250,000 troops. And he used to do that all the time, and he was only 62. So
yeah, I think it was stomach cancer.
Toby Keith.
if there's any Toby Keith fans, drop something in the comments that's going to inspire me to maybe choose Toby Keith as one of my artists, because I'm definitely choosing Taylor Swift, all things considered.
Oh, you have
Probably
to.
sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Not next week, though. That's reserved for somebody else.
Ooh. Okay, I have a question for you, Dan. So I just saw this. This is a statistic. As of December of 2023, 62% of couples go on vacation without blank. What is it? What do you think? What do you think in the studio audience?
Without locking their front doors.
I hope that's not true. That would be very
Erinn,
dangerous.
did you see her just try to grab my coffee?
I did, but then I saw the giant D on it, and I realized my mistake. Hey, guess what? Terry Beckman just got it correct.
Wow.
62% of couples go on vacation without each other.
Wow. Way to go, Mom.
And by the way,
Hope everything's okay over there.
I was listening to NPR, and they were saying that this number since 2020 has gone up by 30%. So pre-pandemic, it was less than 50%.
I will say that the pandemic was definitely a breaking point where it either strengthened you as a couple or absolutely destroyed your relationship, because I cannot imagine going through what we all went through in 2020 with the wrong person.
That's true.
I'm sure many of you did, and I'm sure many of you are still doing fine.
A lot of our friends either got married or broke up, so it's all good either way.
Both of my parents got it. Not a good sign. What's next?
Next is Dan Beckman Photography's Photo of the Week. If you don't know this, Dan Beckman is an award-winning photographer. He has won multiple awards throughout his time. He has had two, multiple, more than one. He has a gallery that is touring, that is for North Carolina, and he has a book out. And this week we have a Dan Beckman photograph of the week.
I know some of you have seen this one before. I have a thing for trees, and I have a thing for like lonely landscapes. And this, well, when the two come together, you get something like this. One of my favorite pictures, actually. We're gonna put this in our living room because there's nothing I want more out of my home than to be nice and cozy, and then look up at the wall and become morbidly depressed.
I wouldn't call that a morbidly depressing picture by any means.
No, but it is vacant and lonely and mournful, isn't
it beautiful, though?
And dead.
So
and
nice.
Flat. And it's in North Dakota, so that's really not a good thing either.
Hey, we're getting some toasts out there to Toby Maguire and Red Solo Cups.
Toby Maguire!
Wait, no, not Maguire. I'm sorry, Toby Keith.
Toby Maguire. No, but I would love to see Toby Keith as Spider-Man and Toby Maguire in a country concert.
Ooh, that would be,
I think
exciting.
Toby Swap coming to you next week on Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
Okay,
Do
speaking
you still
of
have the thing where you try to call this Riley Live? Constantly?
I do internally. Meaning for my
externally.
list, I don't call it Erinn and Dan, but it's live. I just call it Riley Live for my
Myra
lists.
Miller saw the tree first.
She did see the tree first.
But what she's not telling you is that she was white-knuckled, gripping the wheel, sliding around on mud, and praying for salvation because she was in terror of her life.
This is one of my favorite photographs of the entire tour that you took. It is gorgeous, in my humble opinion.
And now what I need is I have one of these in the summer, and I have one of these in the winter, and I need like an autumn tree and a spring tree, just like that, and then do like a triptych, but with four, a quoptric.
A quoptric
of trees like that. That would be
surprise! It's a quoptric.
What's up, Joelle?
Oh man,
Thanks
it's
for
so good to
tuning
see
in.
y'all.
Joelle, you're gonna know our guest tonight, which we'll talk about soon. I don't want to spoil anything.
But I think a lot of people know she's coming because she's
I
kind of
do.
popular.
She's sitting in the green room right now, enjoying free drinks and butler service.
Oh yeah, we have a great green room. Our butler, his name's Mason. He has worked for us for a long time now.
And we do everything we can to make it feel like home.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
As many of you know, this is Erinn's year of learning.
I love this part.
It's so much fun because I don't share this with Dan throughout the week either.
She doesn't share much with me.
Nah, we talk all the time.
This is our week of our hour of conversation. The rest of the time we in different rooms.
Oh yeah.
Dead silent.
Yeah, we never talk.
No, it sucks.
Yeah, I'm really quiet all the time. But anyway, this is my year of learning, and every single day I have been learning something new, and I am sharing all of my facts with you. Starting with this fact, on January 30th, I learned that lobsters pee out of their faces.
What?
I couldn't wait to tell you this. That is how they pee. They literally just secrete pee out of their face.
Welcome back to facts that make you feel less alone. I thought I was the only one. Next.
Okay, the next on January 31st, there's an island in Japan called Okushima that is only inhabited by bunnies. Hey, Riss.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And yes, you can visit. The bunnies were originally brought to the island as test subjects in 1929 when the military began producing chemical weapons secretly on the
And they wanted to
island.
test them on bunnies?
Yeah. There were no predators on the islands, and then so they brought the bunnies, but then there were no predators, so the bunnies just kept multiplying and took over.
As they
So
do.
literally, this island is a place you can visit, and not many people do, but it's definitely on my list.
I want to do that. And also, I think we should put a tribute to that in Letters from Home, where we talk about how the military populated an island with rabbits just to test chemical weapons on
in
them.
Japan. Maybe we shouldn't. Okay, February 1st, I learned.
Oh my God, who is that?
Okay, Dolly Parton entered a Dolly Parton lookalike contest and lost to this drag queen.
That's so funny to me.
I thought that was
No
hilarious.
way.
Can you believe that?
Look at Kennethia. She's gobsmacked.
Look at how good she looks.
Oh my-
I mean, she looks. Well, I mean.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like I look good next to Nosferatu. You know what I'm saying? So
Anyway, she lost the contest to this lovely young woman,
That
and
is
they're still
awesome.
friends because
That's
Dolly is so cool.
fantastic.
Okay, on February 2nd, I learned that you can eat the labels on fruit.
Okay, and finally, you will stop giving me flack because I'm always eating the stickers. My entire life, I've eaten stickers off of bell peppers, apples,
And I was like, you're going to die.
bell peppers.
You're going to get, no. They're all edible. And in fact, some of them even taste sweet. Some of them also taste terrible, and it's not highly recommended.
Now, I have
But-
to say, edible is a pretty broad term. Like, technically, this broadcast desk is edible.
When I was a kid, I ate a paper towel on a dare, but I
Yeah.
was constipated for a long time. It's true.
Next.
So, okay, next on February 3rd, I learned from my mother actually that the
Oh.
kangaroo rat, isn't that adorable, is the only animal that never ever drinks water his entire life.
No way.
He doesn't need to, as he gets the necessary moisture from all the seeds he eats.
Aw.
Isn't he cute?
He's the cutest.
He's the cutest little dehydrated rat I've ever seen.
I hope it doesn't affect his singing voice.
I hope not.
Next.
Okay, this is the greatest.
What is this?
You are taller in the morning
Oh, yeah.
than you are at night.
Specifically me.
I just thought that was a funny thing to put on there.
That I did know because
Yeah.
your spine compresses throughout the day.
It's the cartilage.
Yeah, which is why I'm in searing pain from the third minute of my morning until the end of my day.
Oh, well, but you look great.
Next.
Next, on February 5th, I learned that Alfred Hitchcock suffered from ovophobia. Do you know what that is, Dan?
It's the fear of eggs.
It is. It's the horror of eggs. He's actually quoted by saying, "I'm frightened of eggs. Worse than frightened, they revolt me. That round white thing without any holes, and when you break it inside, that yellow thing round without any holes." That is what he said,
Okay.
Alfred Hitchcock.
I think he should stick. Maybe he should have made a movie. Eggs.
He
The eggs.
was probably on the way to doing that.
Yeah. And
then, I don't know. The
is that your
birds.
year of learning?
That's my week of year of learning.
Good job, Erinn.
Woo! Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. We have some things happening here. If you were here last week, we introduced a new segment. You know that we're big fans of hot sauce. This is a segment that we play that's called, well, see for yourself.
It's time to your mouth.
Whoa!
What?
All right, well, that kind of seems deliberately misleading.
We're going to wreck our mouth today with this brand new Carolina Reaper sauce.
Yes. Now, this is a gift. My mom found it from a local place up in Minnesota, a place called Lucky's Sauces.
It's from St. Paul, Minnesota, and this company actually is a part of Lucky's Popcorn Dressing Company. It's true. The story goes that it started when a friend of the owner was playing volleyball, and they mentioned putting hot sauce on popcorn at this volleyball game. And so then they went home and they were like, how do you make hot sauce? Because we want to do it in popcorn. And Dan, look what I brought.
Look.
I brought a whole thing of popcorn.
And as you can see, this popcorn is currently undressed. So
Yes.
let's make it decent and put this Lucky's Reaper sauce. Now, if you're a hothead, if you're a chili head, you should know. Oh, this is very thin. Let's get it on
dear.
a spoon.
It's going to be cray
Take
cray.
this. So this is just Reaper and salt and vinegar.
Now, while we're testing this, we want you guys to ask us some spicy
Wow,
questions.
that's a big spoon. You want one that big?
I do not want one that
Yeah,
big.
I got a full spoon.
This is like pure Reaper. This is going to wreck my mouth.
It's thinner than the other stuff. This isn't going to be This is pretty thin.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But that's a pretty big spoon.
It's gonna be crazy. Okay, before you go,
Uh-huh.
audience at large, I want you to type in spicy questions for me and for Dan.
Yes.
What's gonna happen is we're gonna do this shot of hot sauce regardless, and then afterwards we're going to pour a shot of hot sauce. And if there's any questions that you ask us that we refuse to answer,
Personal questions, deep, insulting questions, whatever it may be,
whatever you want to know.
we will have to pour this sauce into this shot glass and slam it.
Oh my gosh.
So let's see those spicy questions. Cheers.
Cheers.
In the meantime, this is going to be pretty hot.
Here goes to you, Lucky. Whoa. Whoa. Oh! Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
That is hot.
That's one of the hottest sauces I've ever had.
No way.
Bruh.
No way.
It's so hot.
Here's the truth. It's just that it's pure Reaper. That's what's fooling you. It's very vinegary. I mean, not like flavor-wise, but it's very thin. So it's not for real.
I'm dying.
Wow.
I'm crying.
Don't get me wrong. It is hot. It is hot. But also,
good.
here's
Okay.
the thing about Reaper. It's people think it's just a hot pepper. It's really sweet. It's got great. Matthew, please. Okay.
All right, Dan, here's your spicy question from me.
Okay.
What is the most physical pain you've ever been in?
I have a few answers. One of them is I had a certain visit to the emergency room in Buffalo, New York,
Yes, you did.
with an enlarged certain part of my body,
Yes,
and
you
I
did.
had to get a antibiotic shot.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever had antibiotics shot, but it was a needle that was like this long. It was like this big around, and the fluid was so viscous that the nurse had to like throw her shoulder into it to pump it into my arm. And and she was like, just, this tends to be one of the more painful injections. And I was like, I got a high pain tolerance. Put it in me, baby.
And she was like,
Yeah. And immediately I could feel like coursing through, and it was hurting a lot. And then it got so painful that I needed Erinn to find me a bucket because I felt like I was going to throw up. And I ended up literally passing out from the pain. And apparently I had a seizure.
he was passing out and throwing up at the same time. So he was like, and it was horrible. It was a bad moment in my life.
So that's up there for sure. My favorite actor I've ever worked with is a man named Oswald. He was in a production of Shrek the Musical. Shrek. It was like Shrek, but instead of Shrek, it was an elf.
My favorite actor I've ever acted with is Dan Beckman.
Oh, come on now. Okay, Erinn, your spicy question is this.
Oh, God.
Gun to your head. If you were forced to make sweet, sweet love with anyone else in your life that wasn't me, who would it be?
Oh, God. Forced?
Yep. Forced, which is a good image.
Okay. I don't want to take that thing, so I'm just going to say the truth.
That is true, Brian.
Theo James.
No, it has to be someone you know personally.
Someone my personal
in your
life?
In your life.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I can't answer that.
You can't?
I don't want to do
You
a whole
can't.
thing.
You can't answer it?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Are you going to answer it?
Oh, my God. I can't do this.
You can't?
I can't do a whole shot of that. I'm going to die. Oh, God. I can't. I literally couldn't do that. I will have a heart attack. And if I do, the ratings will go up.
And then we all win. Because we get a more popular show and I get more time to myself.
Oh my God, I was kind to you on your spicy
questions,
question.
not ask Dan about his testicle issues questions.
You didn't have to say what body part it was.
Well, I think we all assumed.
Some of them could have assumed it was
There you go, just lie. That's your strategy,
Lie.
Myra. Have a shot too.
that is, dudes, if I drink that, I'm going to die.
No, you won't die.
Who in the world would I choose?
You got 10 seconds.
Oh my God.
10 seconds, Erinn Dirth.
Oh my God.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
I think I'm gonna have to do it.
You're gonna have to drink the shot?
I can't answer that question because I really don't know.
Okay. Well.
Oh my God.
I know one thing.
Okay.
Are you doing it?
Yes, but I'm going to prepare some iced tea. I have to.
Answer the question.
I can't answer that question. I don't have anyone else I want to make sweet, sweet love to because I love you
It's not
too
about
much.
want. It's about who's your second in command.
It's Theo James, who I haven't met. He's an actor.
Man,
He's
if I had to
hot
do this, I got
with
some
two Ts.
cap cramps starting to rile me
Let
up
me
down
think.
there.
Is there anyone in my life that I would? No.
Sweet, sweet love.
I can't. You're making it worse.
That's what I do. You doing it? All right, let's see it.
I can't believe
Bruce
this
says
is about
just
to
say
happen.
me.
Bruce, I love you, but I can't do it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm actually okay.
You got it.
On your mark.
Get set. Go.
God.
Oh, it's gonna be so brutal.
I'm dying.
Oh man. How is it?
It's fine.
I hope your stomach is okay because mine will be upset from that.
Don't worry about my impending ulcer.
Wow. That would have been a good answer, Oswald.
Mm.
And that probably would have gotten her out of it.
Oh my God.
LK will cut the burn.
Who's LK? I would love some.
He should have been your answer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm proud of myself.
Wow. Good job.
Even under extreme circumstances, I will not be with anyone else but my husband.
Cheers. Here's some coffee, even when pressed by your husband.
Mm. All that being
Wow.
said, now.
Good for you because I'm gonna have to take a potty break in like 2 minutes.
Well, I think before we take that potty break, we should talk about this wonderful.
You guys, we watched a movie. I have to apologize to Kennethia. She's coming in late, but we're having too much fun.
Oh, I didn't expect to have that question.
Are you okay?
Oh, God. I'm
gonna
going to be okay.
Okay, y'all, we watched a movie, and it's called, let me know if you've seen this, it's called The Green Book.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
you
what
guys,
is that layout?
It was
The Green Book.
so good. So at this moment.
Kennethia is nodding. So
this is probably my favorite movie of all time.
We really didn't know. Somebody suggested this movie to us, and we didn't know what it was about. And we kind of went in blind. And I don't know why it does that. I wish it wouldn't. We went in blind. It's Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen and a couple of other great, excellent performances.
It was really incredible.
Basically, the plot is this dude who works as a bouncer from the Bronx, born and raised in the Bronx, takes this black jazz musician through a tour of the country and the Deep South during the early 60s. And it's kind of like a buddy road trip dramedy. And
it's so good.
It's incredibly written. It's incredibly performed. The cast is amazing. Both of those guys are one. Mahershala Ali won the Oscar that same year for Moonlight and was equally good in this, in my opinion, and totally different characters.
I haven't seen Moonlight yet. I have to watch
it's really good. And he's also great. If you haven't seen House of Cards, that's where I was introduced to him. And I think all of us, but he's fantastic.
Here's the best parts about this movie. The cinematography is
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Like every single scene, every single shot is amazing. The performances are genuinely out of this world.
Really good.
They're so good. I am breathing. I'm trying so hard. There's literally water coming out. I'm peeing on my face like the lobsters do.
You're the lobster.
Ooh. You guys.
Also, look how good she looks, even after swallowing a big shot of red fury.
I'm crying out every orifice.
Yeah,
In fact, my ears are like burning. I don't know what's
Someone called 91.
That was intense, y'all.
Yeah, so we
highly recommend that movie.
It's beautiful to look at. Pretty much everything about it is great. And it went under scrutiny for being like maybe problematic. Like there might have been a little bit of white savior stuff in there, and I can see that. But honestly, like
I didn't see that.
It's really good. And one of my favorite things, it's directed by, if you know who the Farrelly brothers are, they did Something About Mary, they did Dumb and Dumber, and they did like Me, Myself, and Irene. Peter Farrelly, one half of the Farrelly brothers, directed this film, and it's really good. Like
and it's happy.
And it won Best Picture.
I kept waiting for someone to die, and they didn't, and I was so happy.
That was the best part.
I need happy movies in my life, and this was a happy movie. I highly recommend everyone goes out and watches that movie.
It was really, really good. Highly recommended. Paid $4 for it on YouTube. Totally worth it.
Yep.
Okay, y'all. Guess what? This week, I listened to every record Stevie Wonder ever recorded.
Single record.
Not all the live stuff and the compilations, but every single he ever released, every studio track he ever released, I listened to it. And let me tell you, I knew very little about Stevie Wonder. I mean, I knew the hits, right? But this guy started recording at age 11. Do you know this?
11.
His first albums, he was 11 years old. He was signed by Motown Records. He did a bunch of, mostly his first 10 albums or something like that are Motown covers, which are great and cool ones. Like he did We Can Work It Out. He did a cover, and it's an incredible cover. He did a live version of Bridge Over Troubled Water that's great.
He also sang When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah, and that's his least well-regarded album.
But I loved it.
But then what's great about this is you get to see him start as this kid who's like covering the greats. His first album is just covers of Ray Charles. And it's great because he's 11 and it's Ray Charles. But then you see him grow into an artist and a musician and a writer. And obviously, if you know him, you know his golden period happened with like 4 albums, usually regarded in the middle of his career. It's Talking Book, Fulfillingness, called my second favorite of his, with Living for the City.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? Intervisions, of course. And then what I think is probably now my favorite album of all time, Songs in the Key of Life.
It's beautiful.
A double album.
It's so good.
It's a double album, and every single song in that is not only a bop, but it has something to say, and it's unique. And every song has like a different style and a different approach. It's genius, and it's great listening. You should definitely check it out if you don't know Songs in the Key of Life.
This is Dan's 5th artist that he has deep dived, and it is my personal favorite. I love
5th?
Stevie Wonder.
4th.
This is your number 5.
4th.
No, you're 5. Is it 4?
Grateful Dead.
Uh-huh.
Tupac.
Uh-huh.
Joni Mitchell.
Uh-huh.
Wait, someone came before Joni Mitchell, didn't they?
Yeah. It was
Who was it? What's happening?
I don't know. We're having trouble keeping up with life.
I think it's because you took that shot of hot sauce.
Dude, I literally, I'm just
Prince,
now.
obviously.
Prince, yeah. So this is your 5th.
And Stevie's final album, he does a duet with Prince. And his second to last track that he ever recorded is called Positivity. And it's great. And his last one he does with India Ari. Anyway, totally check it out. And he went from 1995 to 2005 without recording an album. And his most recent album is 2005. And it's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's one of his better. Also, what is it with the 80s, y'all? Why do artists who grow up in the 60s and 70s then enter the 80s and they're like, I don't want to make good music anymore. I want to make music that sounds like the 80s. That's not even
close to true.
I mean, it was true of the Grateful Dead. It was true of Joni Mitchell. It was true of Stevie Wonder. Prince's stuff from the 80s is some of his most well-regarded, but I don't like it as much as his stuff from the 70s and the 90s. Ciao.
Well, I love Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah, Ebony and Ivory, classic duet with Paul. Thanks, Mom.
It's really, really good. Let me tell you.
Okay.
And we had the honor and privilege of having a woman sing a Stevie Wonder song at our wedding.
Yeah, it was our mother and child dance. Erinn danced with her mom, and I danced with my mom to this song, which was actually sung by our guest today. Here's a little sample so you can hear her pipes on that day. You'll know this one.
She's good.
Ooh, couldn't have done better or even close.
You know, she is one of the most incredible people I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Kennethia Mason is a lover of all things musical, singing, and dance. She hails from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and she has been singing and dancing since age 3, which is actually when I started singing and dancing too.
Not me.
She burst into the theater world at age 12 with the North Carolina Black Repertory Company under the direction of Mabel Robinson. And since then, she has turned into quite the thespian and a true leader of the community. She has even graced the stage of our very own Spring Theater in Children of Eden. Ladies and gentlemen, please, without further ado, welcome the one and only Kennethia Mason.
Bring her in.
A standing ovation. Kennethia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
So incredibly good.
You look phenomenal. I love those glasses.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are you coming in from today?
I've been on such a long journey to get here.
Yeah. Well, you look well rested, so that's good.
You do.
Yes, thank you.
Well, for those of you who don't know Kennethia, she is an incredible performer in the Triad area. She's an entrepreneur. She's a worship leader. She's pretty amazing. Kennethia, tell everyone what you've got going on and a little bit about yourself.
So, you guys pretty much explained everything. I am doing a lot, but not a lot at the same time. I am a full-time employee. I'm a full-time mom, a full-time student, and a full-time worship leader at the same time. So I've got a lot going on. I am constantly, hey Riz, hey Auntie Joelle, hey Charity, hey everybody else.
You just said full-time like five times in a row. How are you full-time in 5 things?
You got 5 lives.
Oh.
Sometimes it feels like that. If you look at my calendar, everything is color-coded. I was laughing. I was talking with my best friend the other day, and she said, I've realized most of the time when we're talking, you're either going somewhere or leaving somewhere. Like you're never home. And it's because I try to keep myself on the go. I don't like to be stagnant for too long. I like to always have something to do, always have something going on, always be producing or being productive in some type of way. So it's just easier for me to have things to.
Oh no,
Things
she's
to
gone.
what? Things to what? Ah! Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Wow, you know how to build drama.
You do. It was exciting.
Kennethia, I have a question for you. I couldn't help but notice that you sang that Stevie Wonder song at a wedding, and you absolutely killed it. Do you think you could teach me to do that?
I got you, Dan.
Promise?
Let's go.
It's not my traditional style, but
No.
I think I might be able to do it.
I think you can do it. We just gotta work at it a little bit. Maybe 1 or 2 practices and you in there.
All right.
There's this stuff. So my favorite thing about your voice, well, first of all, it is a powerhouse voice. Like that clip did not give the audience that does not know Kennethia quite the justice.
No.
When we did Children of Eden, she opened Act 2 without a microphone, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if she had a microphone or not, but it was literally like, generation, and it was just like, it like blew the audience back, and it was just one word, but it was enough.
I have been known to pop a mic or two. Yeah, I really don't try to. It's really just, I don't know. Riz always laughs. It never fails. When we do sound check for any show now, she easily says, how many mics do you plan on popping this week? Mind your business. But I really don't mean to. And sometimes I think a lot of times I don't realize the power of my voice because I don't necessarily like to go back and listen.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, I am very critical. And I am my hardest critic. And I'll be like, oh, why did I make that choice? Oh, why did I do that? And so I rarely go back and listen.
I think that's probably unique. I think a lot of performers prefer to go back and just listen to themselves on loop while they go to sleep at night.
Methinks no.
No, I was laughing, but I was like, oh, why did I do that? And I'll tell you, I had the hardest time with that song because it was so low for my register. But finally it was like it didn't click that I could play with it until I actually sung it at the wedding. I was even struggling through it at sound check. I was like, y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So
well, you never would have known.
Clicked.
So are you like a mezzo, or what are you? I mean, what do you consider yourself?
So I was to Salem State as a music education major. I sang in the university choir as a second soprano, but I trained in my personal lessons as a first soprano.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you sing pretty much everything, and every note sounds
Exactly.
pretty amazing.
I laugh. I like to cheat. I like to volunteer to sing like the tenor line or the alto line. But every once in a while, I'll kind of be up there in the clouds somewhere.
And right now, you said that you're doing backup singing for a single. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of my good friends is releasing some singles in the next couple of months. But before we get to that stage, she is doing a 90-minute segment at a jazz club, and she's asked me to be one of her background singers. So that's really fun. And then I've got a couple of weddings where I'm doing a mixture of leading and doing background vocals for those. I'm trying to figure out how to slide into being like one of the people that are hired through recording studios to just come in and do background vocals, because I didn't realize how much fun it was. And I got I actually did some studio time in 2022 as I recorded a single. And that's how I found out all about being in the studio. I had never been in the studio before.
Amazing.
I always kind of wondered how it worked, and I fell in love with it.
Isn't it a weird experience compared to being on live?
For sure.
It's like totally different, right?
Right, and it's like amazing. Like you can redo the same line 10,000 times until you get it right. You don't get that chance in live theater.
No, don't tell them that. We want people to think that we work really hard as producers.
I'm telling you. Listen, I am not that good. It took me how many times?
I can fully, if anyone needs some absolute killer background or leading vocals, I can fully endorse Kennethia.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll continue to use her as long as she'll allow me.
You know what's interesting? When I get to the recording studio, I get 10 times more nervous than I do when I'm live on stage. If I'm live on stage, I'm fine. I stand up to the microphone and I start burping, first of all. That's like what I start doing. I literally just start belching over and over again. I can't stop burping.
She does. She gets the nervous burpees.
Yeah. And then I start yawning. Like, it's like this weird reaction to me. I never get like that when I go on for live theater, but whenever I get up to record something, I'm like...
I frequently yawn around Erinn.
I am the complete opposite. I turn into a newbie every time I hit the stage. Put me in the studio, and it's like second nature to me.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you also, I'm suffering right now. So if I pass out, you got to do the show.
Do you got the calf cramps going?
I have some so Kennethia, before you came on, I took an entire shot of
I was hoping you'd figure out a way to get out of it.
I couldn't come up with an answer to the question that I was comfortable with.
It was probably I thought it'd be good content, but probably you should have put us in a position where I took the shot, because Erinn's had an ulcer attack 3 times in the last 2 years, so this was probably ill-advised.
It's okay. If I got Mylanta in the other room, we're good to go.
Mylanta and health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Two good things.
I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kennethia, we have a challenge for you. Actually, I have a challenge for both of you.
Do you?
I do. So every show, when we bring our guests on, we like to play a game with them. And audience, you're going to like this one too, as you can play along. It's a little game that we like to call...
What do we call it?
We call it...
Trivia Smackdown!
Trivia Smackdown!
I already said it.
Oh, yeah. Trivia Smackdown. And today, the category is... picture trivia.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. Then you, Kennethia, get to go first because you are our guest. If you get the answer correct, you will get 1 point. Ooh. If you get the answer incorrect, Dan, you have a chance to steal for a total of 1 point.
Ooh.
And after that, we will do the next picture and the next picture and the next picture. You'll go first, then you'll go first, then you'll go first, et cetera, until we have our winner.
Is there a theme to the pictures?
There is not. It's just pictures. That's the theme.
They're all pictures.
Yeah. So they could be random things, and we'll see. Some of them are easier than others. Some of them are harder than others.
Kennethia, you ready to party?
Say that again.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Party?
Woo! All right. Our first question is coming at you right now. Name the television show that this screenshot is from. Kennethia. Oh, this one's for you.
Ooh.
Bluey.
Ah.
That is correct.
What?
1 point for Kennethia for Bluey. Oh, I see your assistants there. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Who is that?
This is my little person, Mason.
Hey.
Hi, Mason.
Mason's been in a few spring theater shows.
That's right. What are you getting ready to do right now at Spring Theater, Mason?
I am getting ready to do Camp Wildernut.
Yeah.
That's right. Woo! And you are going to be an amazing aunt in that show, among other things. All right, Dan.
Yeah?
This question is for you.
Uh-huh.
Name this athlete.
You give me an athlete question? Oh my God. My father is probably rolling in his grave that's not yet been dug. Let's see. Is that John McEnroe?
No, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. So, Kennethia, you have a chance to steal. Do you know who that athlete is?
I'm just gonna say a random name. Jerry somebody.
Jerry is also incorrect. That is one of the only athletes that I know in the whole world. That's Mr. Frank Gifford.
Yeah, I don't know him.
I feel like I want to contest the differential and difficulty between Frank Gifford and Bluey.
All right, well, Kennethia's got the next question.
All right.
Question number 3, name this fish.
Oh,
Ew. Oh, what?
Isn't that a beautiful smile?
Is it a blobfish?
Nice. Did Mason help you with that one?
Yes, he definitely.
nicely done, sir.
All the animal names.
Now, do you know that they don't actually look like that? They're very deep sea fish, and so when people take pictures of them looking like that, it's because they get pulled up and they depressurize and they like expand and basically inflate like that.
I didn't
It's
know.
actually it's inhumane.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be inhumane. But that means that Kennethia has 2 points to Dan's
Wow, a clean sweep.
none. Now, Dan,
Yeah.
this next question could pull you out of it. You get the first answer.
Okay.
Name this singer. Oh, she's coming. She's
It reminds
loading.
me of, yo, I'm so bad at this.
I know you are.
I'm so bad at this. Ugh. Why you gotta? I'm certain it's not Alicia Keys, but I'm gonna say Alicia Keys.
Alicia
It's
Keys
Frank Gifford.
is correct.
Is it really?
It is Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Good job, Dan.
All
Beckham. I'm impressed.
All right. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that easy question. 'Cause there we go.
All right, Kennethia, this next one's for you. Name the movie that this screenshot is from.
Whoa.
Grease. No, I know it ain't Grease. Cadillac record.
Cadillac is incorrect. Dan, you have one chance to steal.
I think it's American Graffiti.
American Graffiti is correct.
Oh.
That brings the score tied 2 points to 2 points.
I'd like to thank Alicia Keys and Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford was an American Graffiti. It was one of my favorite names.
Is this? Are you talking about Frank Gifford?
I
Hey,
love
Jeff.
Frank Gifford. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Is this the final question?
this is not the final
Oh, okay.
question, but this is Kennethia's question. Name this fruit.
Ooh.
Puke.
It's a spiky looking fruit.
Did you say pizza fruit?
No, I said puke fruit.
I think you're not far off.
I saw somebody puke because they.
You can't say puke on Riley or whatever our show is.
All right, it is the answer to puke fruit. Puke. That's a tongue twister, isn't it?
Puke fruit.
Puke fruit is incorrect.
Wait, you're gonna make Kennethia?
Dan, can you steal? What is the name of this fruit?
Is that a durian?
It is a durian. Woo! Nicely played. Now, I will say,
Mason played on my team for that round.
it's. I'm glad you said puke fruit, Mason, because let me tell you, if you eat
Is it
that,
sticky?
the breath that you have from it is quite horrible. It kind of, in fact, durians have been banned on public transportation in England because they stink so much.
Ew.
And that's
So-
the English talking.
Exactly. All right, Dan, you have the first chance to answer this question.
Ooh, okay.
Name this famous location.
The Abyss.
Hold on, it's still
Heat
loading.
Death of the
There it
Universe.
is. There it is.
Oh, is that what's it called? Hold on. It's in Cambodia.
You have 5
And
seconds.
No, wait. Angkor Wat.
Oh, that is correct.
Yes.
Incredibly impressed.
Well, you know why? Because the Karja in Horizon Zero Dawn, their culture and their architecture is based on that of Angkor Wat.
Who knew?
So if they tell you can't learn from video games, you tell them Angkor Wat.
Aha. All right, Kennethia and Mason, your question is name this food. Here it comes. As soon as my internet allows.
Sorry, we have dial-up over here.
It's coming.
We're on America Online, so
Come on. Come
Wow.
on.
what's happening?
Any day now.
Can you name the food? If you name it now, you get 2 points.
I don't know why it's not loading. Ah, here it comes. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Are those? They're French fries.
Crab legs and
Crab legs.
French fries and
They are for. Oh, you gotta put the picture back. Or she
I'm
can't.
doing camera work. Don't bring attention to the finesse.
I see. I see.
Is that hot sauce?
I think it's
not.
gravy.
It is. It looks like gravy to me.
Yeah. And like maybe some cheese. I don't know what that is, but I know it's French fries.
Well, it is French fries.
She is technically correct.
That's so true. It is French fries. It's French fries with cheese and gravy. Do you know what
so
that?
I was right. Oh well, now I said hot sauce. Never mind.
But it has a name. Do you know what that name
Here's
is?
a hint. It's Canadian.
Absolutely not.
Well, Dan, you have one chance.
That is my favorite Canadian heart attack on a tray. That is poutine.
Poutine is correct.
Woo!
Poutine. The poutines
Miss
are coming
Jan,
in.
Miss Jan was supposed to put the answer up before I answered the question.
Yeah. You're paying her off. Mason, you should try poutine sometime. You'll love it. It's delicious.
Oh yeah,
And it's good for you.
it's so good.
It's from all the major food groups, potatoes and Greek.
Yeah, not a healthy option, but an option nonetheless.
And a Canadian one.
All right. Next question is going to Kennethia first. Can you name this fish?
bluefish.
A beta fish.
Woo!
It is not a beta fish.
It's not?
Dan, you have a chance to
I was
steal.
going to say beta fish. Let's see.
Isn't it beautiful? Mm.
It is. Boy. I would have said beta fish too, Kennethia. So I'm gonna go with I know it's not, but is it an angelfish?
No, it is not. A Siamese fighting fish.
Now
Now what?
can we look up if that's another name for beta fish? Because that's exactly what beta fish do.
Oh, you mean they fight the Siamese?
You can't, yeah, specifically. They were used in a war.
That's very interesting. You can look that
You
up.
can't put two beta fish in a thing. Yeah, look at beta fish is the other name is a Siamese fighting fish. So Kennethia.
Kennethia gets another point. Nicely done. I had no idea.
There we go.
All right.
'Cause I was with you. I was like, I don't know
Good
what that is.
looking out, Dan.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've got lots of people out
Yeah.
there. All right. All people on your side. I'm very
Thanks for- and
grateful.
we'd like to thank Patricia and Kathleen for dramaturging the live stream.
Yes. All right. Next, this is Dan. You get to answer this first.
Okay.
Name this animal.
That's a what do they call them? Hold on, don't count down. Wait. You can if you want to. Oh man, I know this, but I can't.
It's too late. All right, Kennethia, do you have a clue as to what that animal is?
Mason said it's a Zorse.
Mason, you are correct.
Wow.
Mason, I can't believe you knew it was a Zorse. That's incredible.
Mason, I've been paying you to say things like puke fruit, not the real answers.
I am so very impressed. How did you know that, Mason?
Wow.
So I heard it when I was watching somebody play Minecraft, and they like had a zebra and they had a horse, and they breeded them, and it got a Zorse, so it had stripes, but
See?
it didn't have stripes at the same time.
See?
Nice.
I told you what I'm saying. That's 2 credits for education in video games. Am I right, Mason?
That's good stuff. Okay, right now the score is 4-4.
Really?
So we have a tie-breaking question. I'm going to pop it to Dan first.
Well, that's Kennethia first.
Oh, no, I'm popping it to Kennethia first. Oh, what a terrible, terrible host I am.
No, you're a great host. You just don't know the answers or whose turn it is.
Exactly. All right, Kennethia, name this designer. Oh, it's loading. There it is.
I don't think this is going to break any ties.
There is a Liger out there. I've actually seen a Liger. Those are crazy, Brian.
Mhm.
All right, any idea of this
I'm gonna
designer?
shoot from the hip and say Ann Taylor.
Ooh, good guess, but Dan, you have a chance. Who is this designer?
I think that is the late, great Frank Lloyd Wright.
You are incorrect. Hey, but it looks like one of our studio audience got it. Coco Chanel. That is correct.
Oh.
Coco Chanel. Well, you know, I am grateful that I put a bonus question in here just in case.
You did?
I did. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put up this picture, and then whoever says it first is going to be the winner
Okay.
of this Trivia Smackdown. Name the television show that this screenshot is from.
Is it? How many guesses do we get?
Just keep guessing until you get it.
Is it Entourage?
Incorrect. Kennethia, you got a guess?
No.
Anybody out there in the studio audience know?
Is it My Little Pony? Friendship is Magic?
It is not.
I want that.
You do? You're a Brody? My guy.
Woo! All right. Well, this screenshot is actually from The Sopranos.
Oh, I cannot believe.
I've never even seen that.
I haven't either, but I should have. You know.
Carrie Schweikart got it right. So our winner tonight, because they came in so clutch with the Zorse, is Kennethia and Mason. Give it up for them. Woo! Great job. Great job. Your prize package is on the way to your house as we speak. It should be arriving any moment. It is a virtual hug, and it'll be there very soon.
Those are valuable nowadays, too.
It's true. Kennethia, Mason, we love to ask our guests for a word of wisdom. If there's anything on your heart you would like to share with the audience at large tonight, please share it now.
If there was a word of wisdom that I would share, I think that word would be to spread love. I believe and wholeheartedly feel that in a lot of ways we are still stuck in the mentality of being restricted from others from COVID, that we've forgotten that everybody is human, everybody has feelings, and we don't love as we should. Being a believer, I believe that love is one of the biggest things that you can display to show someone that you see them, you hear them. You may not always understand them, but love surpasses so many different emotions. And so your first choice before anything else should be to extend grace and give love.
Wow.
I love that. And you are the epitome of love. Both of you are. I love you guys so much.
We love you guys.
Thanks for
Mason
playing
brought
with-
his own microphone to the show.
I noticed that. Mason, thank you for doing that. I was hoping you're the first guest to actually read their contract and bring their own mic.
Exactly.
I didn't read the contract. I just got mine.
Well,
It's in the mail. Kennethia Mason, thanks for joining us. Virtual audience, please give a big round of applause for these wonderful guests, and we'll see you both real soon.
See
Mwah.
ya.
bye.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Love you too.
What great people.
Oh, hello.
And sharing love and spreading love is so important. And I think that is number one.
And speaking of spreading love,
Yeah?
my musician this week is one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. He was big on love, and his name was Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. We are going to have such a jam in our house next
I
week.
can't wait. I know next to nothing about his life and experience. I just know what he stood for. And I saw No Woman, No Cry, the live one that's really famous, when I was 26 years old, and it kind of changed my life. So I'm really excited to explore the man of one love.
And there's a movie coming out about Bob Marley, so we
next
can
week.
watch it.
Yep, on
Ah.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's going to be so romantic. You, me, Bob. It's going to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of romantic, my husband has been playing so many video games lately. He and Babe Ruth were born today. Bob Marley?
Wow, he looks great for being 0. That's crazy. Today's his birthday? February 6th?
Interesting.
We know, a fellow February birthday. What a guy.
That is very cool.
Guys, I've been playing a game called A Plague Tale: Innocence. If you're like me, you love The Last of Us, and nothing else quite scratches the same itch as The Last of Us. It's an incredible. This game is it takes place during. I actually don't. I keep meaning to look up the history. I think it's like the Crusades, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like
it's
it.
the 1300s. So history buffs, sound off in the chat what was happening between England and France. This takes place in France in the 1300s, and there's a terrible plague. And he plays this 15-year-old girl whose parents are basically slaughtered by the Inquisition, and they're trying to figure out how to heal her brother from this poison that's in her blood, and people are dying from the plague. And it's like this really grotesque game, but this is my sweet spot, guys. Really grotesque environments, depressing environments, but where the shine of relationships, unlikely relationships, kind of glimmer through and blossom through this time of despair. It's like my favorite kind of game, and this is right in that sweet spot. If you like The Last of Us, very much like that. A lot of sneaking around, a lot of stealth, and then some puzzles that kind of involve getting rats to move the way that you want to. See? And anyway, check out A Plague Tale: Innocence, and the sequel, if you have PlayStation Plus, is apparently even better, and it's free for another day. So if you can download it tonight, you'll have it.
Nice.
So play this first one first. It's really, really good.
Excellent.
Really good storytelling.
I have enjoyed watching it too. There's games I enjoy watching more than others, and that's one of them for sure. Well, before we leave you, we have another segment we like to feature on our show.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is?
I do know what it is.
That's how we like to end the shows nowadays, and we kind of used to, but this is special. This is
Dan.
I couldn't hold it.
Erin's Positivity Corner. Today, I would like to talk about something that's very important to my heart, and that is giving back. I genuinely believe that there's nothing better than returning love that has been given to you. And you can do that in so many different ways. So, a lot of people think, oh, I have to volunteer at a soup kitchen, which, by the way, that's a great way to give back. But there are so many ways you can give back in the world. You can pick up trash. You can volunteer for your local homeless shelter. You can tutor a kid. This is a huge thing. There are so many schools out there right now who need help tutoring kids. There's a lot of schools around here in the Triad area where there's a lot of kids that don't speak English, and a lot of their houses don't speak English at home. And so there are ways that you can go and you just speak English to them. You don't even have to have a teaching degree. You don't have to have anything. There's so many ways that you can give back just by your neighbors. For instance, if you wanted to make them a meal, or if you wanted to repaint a mural and make your neighborhood just a little more beautiful.
When she says repaint, she doesn't mean take something lovely and then make it different.
I absolutely don't. What are some ways that you all give back? I think that, for me, I love to sing and dance. And so giving back to the community in a way where teaching the kids at Spring Theater is a huge thing for me. I love watching kids grow through the arts, and that's a huge part of my heart.
And personally. I have to say, before I met Erinn, I was kind of chasing the dragon of success in performance, and I was getting better and better gigs, and I was succeeding by all measures of success. But something was missing in my life, and it wasn't until probably 5 years ago that I realized that thing was like using what I love, performing, and doing so with a purpose, putting it towards something that is bigger than yourself. And not that what we do is big or grand, but just bigger. Every time we get to perform Letters from Home or do a show with Spring, it's not just to do a show, it's to give back to a community or to lift up or elevate or soothe somebody. And turns out that's kind of the key in life. So if you can find a way to use your talents and your gifts and what you love to do and give back to your community or a community, I promise that's going to be what kind of completes the circle.
Absolutely. It's so important to just find that thing that you do. So don't feel like you have to do what other people are doing. Find that thing that gives you joy and share it with the world. And that's the way to give back.
We should also celebrate Brian's achievement. Last week, he was reading at a kindergarten level, and now he's at an elementary one.
Brian, that's amazing. There are so many places that need your help. I promise you, if you just look around, you can find places. I also think even the little things, when I go to a public restroom and there's trash on the floor, I usually try to pick it up and like wipe down the sinks and leave it a little bit nicer.
It because I think about how good it's going to make someone else feel to pick up my mess. And that's my way of giving back.
It makes me feel good to do that.
So it's my trash you're picking up.
Exactly.
Just like home.
I just think that there's just all sorts of ways that you can give back with your talents. Also, if you have a hidden talent and you don't know where to put it, well, giving back is a great way to put it somewhere. So maybe you like to play the guitar, but you don't want to like go and perform professionally. Go to a retirement community.
That's professional.
True. So true. Or go out on the street and see who needs a lift. So give back. Neighbor.
Give back. By the way, this is a little sneak preview of the next episode. John Swanson has sent us sauce that he's made.
Yes.
And it's going to be here sometime this week. And we're going to be trying it on next week's episode of Wreck Your Mouth.
Yes, we cannot wait to try that sauce.
Maybe Erinn will do a shot. How's your stomach, by the way?
My stomach's okay. I got to tell you, ever since I lost that bet, if you weren't tuned in earlier, and I drank a shot of this Carolina Reaper hot sauce, I have been feeling a little funky.
Yeah.
I've been a little loopy.
I'm Prince and I'm funky.
My head has been a little swimmy, but it's been fun. It's been good. I love hearing all the ways that all of y'all are giving back in your community. And you know what's cool? There are so many great causes out there. You can pick the one that really means the most to you.
I'm sure this is true, Carrie. We have several of Carrie's works in our own house. Actually, I collect them in my bathroom. And that is, by the way, a huge compliment because it's where I spend my time.
So true.
Y'all, speaking of spending time, thank you for spending time with us here today. We love having you. We love doing this, and it's a lot more fun with an audience.
Absolutely. We hope that you'll join us every single week on Erinn and Dan, but it's live. And if you have any segment ideas or anything you'd like to send us for the show, we want to hear about it.
Yes, we do. Until next time, I'm Erinn.
I'm Dan.
And this has been
Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
Erinn,
but it's a show that, like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But like, so like if you say Erinn and Dan and you.
You gonna make it? It was a lot. Well, it was like half a shot. Oh God. Erinn.